Oh, there you are, YouTube.
Okay, number 30. We are so close to Halloween, guys. It is tomorrow. What do we got?
The Omega Man!
The Omega Man! Alright, this is going to be a first time for both of us. This is one of the older ones. It's the, if you've seen I Am Legend, this is the, what it's based off of, what I Am Legend's based off of.
I didn't know that.
So I've had Omega Man on physical media for quite a while. Many years, when this local, it wasn't like mom and pop, I guess, I don't know, it was mom and pop, but not like a mom and pop had it, but that type of rental store, very local rental store, went out of business. We went there and then tried to buy as many movies as we could, and the Omega Man was one of them. And just before we get to the movie, I wanted to show off this cover art, because I just think it's fantastic. Look, Charlton Heston's name is just as big as the title. But yeah, look at that. Oh, man. They don't make them like that anymore. Anyway, let's get to the movie. Okay, so the Omega Man. I did little research here, and very minimal amount, but so it started out as a novella called I Am Legend, and then they made a movie, I believe it was in the 60s, with Vincent Price, called The Last Man on Earth, and then they made, based off of that novella, then they made The Omega Man, based off of the novella, and then they made the movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend. So, been adapted a few times, and it's had a few names. But major difference. So like, I am familiar with I Am Legend with Will Smith, and I've never seen the Vincent Price one, so that's what I'm comparing this to. And when it first started, when we were seeing the like vampire zombie things that we see in the Will Smith film, when they start showing up in this, we see them in, and you can kind of tell here, see how they're wearing like these cloaks, these robes. And I was like, wait a second, these vampires, they wear like cloaks? They all wear like uniforms? They're Jedis? They're monks? What's going on here? So we were a little bit confused for a moment. My wife pulls out her phone and she's like, oh, wait a second, this is like really different. So basically, it's still like a virus or a germ or something that's going around, but it's not turning them into vampires. It's turning them into people with albinism that can't go out into the sunlight, and they have a distaste for technology. Basically, they have an anti-technology ideology. That is what this virus turns you into. Somebody who is anti-technology, and Charlton Heston has taken like an experimental drug right when this was happening, and he is immune. And then a couple other people are either immune or slow moving towards this, you know, ideology that you get from a virus. And it's just it's just so funny because it's an ideology that this virus gives you. It's so weird and almost like relevant to today. You know, like two-party system and how divided everybody is. It's kind of like that. And there's even a moment where there's like this kid who's like, well, you know, maybe if we just present to them the cure, because he eventually manufactures a cure for multiple people. And he's like, maybe if we just give them the cure, the opportunity, you know, they'll be good. And Charlton Heston's like, nah, they're animals. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. And then, so obviously, when you're a viewer, you're thinking, okay, the kid's going to go present them the cure, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, you know, maybe we can work things out. Maybe things will be fine between our people. And that's not how it happens. So it's kind of funny. It's like a message of continue to dig your heels in a way. You don't reach out, don't cross the aisle, you know, don't do anything like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. There are some similarities, though. Do you remember how Will Smith was collecting in I Am Legend? Oh, he has the same name, too, Neville. Will Smith was collecting like the great paintings, most famous artworks, and decorating. Excuse me, decorating his house, apartment, loft, whatever that was, with them. He's doing the same thing. You know, he's got all sorts of works in there. I'm pretty sure I saw Van Gogh anyway, or something that was supposed to look like a Van Gogh. Um, you know, that was the same. Obviously, he's a scientist trying to create a serum and all of that. No dog, though. Didn't see a dog. Maybe there was a dog in it, but he didn't have a dog. So you don't have to worry about that. All right? No worries there with that. Um, but yeah, I feel like I just kind of have like a generic affinity for films like this because it's like it's forgotten. It's like it was like a blockbuster, a movie trying to be a blockbuster. It's a Warner Brothers movie, but we hadn't gotten to that stage really. So, you know, it's not that fantastical. Um, and it's kind of gotten lost to time, right? Who's going out there watching this? You know, this isn't like a classic that people return to. But I don't know. The filmmaking, you know, it's kind of choppy. The stunt men are very easy to spot. So Charlton Heston, you know, was flipping back and forth between himself and a stunt man. There are all these like weird edits that happen. Like a few frames are missing here and there, to where it's just kind of has like a quick jerk to it. Like some reshots were happening, and you can tell because the background will flip all of a sudden. It'll have just a cut to, I don't know, some props a little bit out of place, like they had to redress the set to get the shot, and they just are shifted a little bit. So it's kind of, I don't know, it. I don't know. I guess like it's not. I don't think it's a grindhouse movie, but it kind of makes you think of that grindhouse stuff to where things are a little choppy and imperfect. But this is a Warner Brothers movie, so that's kind of the funny thing about it. But you know, so there's some bad acting in it, some bad choreography in it, but for me, still enjoyable. I liked it. Um, he's talking to himself a lot. You know, it's kind of got that Castaway feel to it. I don't think my wife liked it very much, but I just don't think she didn't really like older films that much, like 1980 and earlier, like 79 and earlier. Not really her scene when it comes to movies, but I don't know. I like them for their aesthetic quality, I guess. And again, this is great. I look at that cover art. It's fantastic. Um, he has some dumb clothes in it. He has this like military jeep and a military hat that just seems so out of place. I'm gonna give a spoiler here. At the end, he, you know, dies, and then he positions himself like with his arms out, and it's just totally like a, you know, Christ like sacrifice. You know, trying to recreate that imagery. It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's not like it's just what am I trying? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I like it's very easy to recognize all the flaws in it, but that's where its charm comes from. Also, I feel has a great texture, 70s film texture to it. All of that. Yeah, I would recommend it, and I really want to see the Vincent Price version now. Um, I like that this isn't overloaded with CGI because the I Am Legend one, I mean, that was kind of what I didn't like about it. The vampires were all CGI. I guess the original novella is vampires also. This one they just wanted to make it a little bit different because of like chemical, bio, like warfare, that sort of thing was like in the news, I guess, so they wanted to talk about it that way. But yeah, the whole thing about it, like basically giving you an ideology, is just so funny, so bizarre. And there's some inconsistencies with like when you turn, what happens to you, because, you know, um, Rosalind Cash here, more spoilers, she turns and she just, like, I don't know what her character's ambitions, motivations are anymore. Because it seems like the story you were told was if they turn, you just they turn into a bad person, right? But she's also just kind of wishy-washy, like, oh, I don't know, do I go with Charlton Heston or go with the cult leader? You turn into a cult member with this virus. It's just very odd. But anyway, I would recommend it, and I'm curious if you do watch it, what do you think of it compared to I Am Legend, or if you've seen the one with Vincent Price compared to that. I'd like to see that one. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of my talk for the Omega Man, which has an amazing cover. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Actually, before we end this video, so today is Halloween Eve, and we're doing, you know, real trick-or-treating tomorrow with the kids, but today we did trunk-or-treat. A lot of like the churches and preschools and things like that in the area will do a trunk-or-treat where people pull up with their cars and give candy out the back of their trunk. That kind of sounds bad, but, you know, it's kind of like trying to create a safe space, I guess, for kids to trick-or-treat. And it's, I don't know if it's more that, but it's more for like really young kids that may not be able to go out late and trick-or-treat. So yeah, my grandparents' church was putting on a trunk-or-treat, so we went. I didn't take a lot of footage, but we dressed the kids up and did that. So here's that footage. I just wanted to put it in here for posterity, just so I have some like family video footage that I'm, you know, not saving on my phone, but putting somewhere that we can always return to, and you can watch it too. So yeah, here it is. Okay, Sky Puppy. Here, can you run? Run. Yeah, look at you go. Good job. Good dog. Okay, look at, whoa, Chase, you're so fast. Look at you, Chase. Way to go. We got the Paw Patrol here in our house, getting ready to trick or treat.
Like, Paw Patrol. Here, look here. Paw Patrol, be there on double. Live this for them around Venture Bay. Rider and a team of pups. Come and save the day. Marshall, Robert, Chase, Rocky, Zimmer, Sky Puppy. Yeah, on way. Paw Patrol, be there on double. Paw Patrol, be there on double. Live this problem around Venture Bay. Rider and a team of pups. Come and save the day. Marshall, Robert, Chase, Rocky, Zimmer, Sky. Here we go, Paw Patrol. Whoa, Paw Patrol. Whoa, Paw Patrol. Whoa!
Good job, sweetie.
Okay, can I have hold on. Did she get the coconut one? No. Okay. My daughter grabbed one of those. I was like, we already have it.
Want some candy? It's what, Paw Patrol? Is that what it is? Paw Patrol. Very cool. Take whatever you want.
Okay, let's go. Woo! All right, good job. Look at that. Way to go.
Get that last pin now?
Yeah, you want to get the last one? All right.
There you go.
Way to go. Good job.
All right.
Okay, now I'll go ahead and end the vlog. So thank you so much for watching, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.